Okay, everybody, it's Mike Lutzel again. Again, wanted to show you some of the ministry-supported digital software. And this one is a little bit different. This is an online software version. And it's the good thing about it is it has an online version that will show you kind of what you can do with it. And then you can download a desktop version. And for that, you need the key, which you can contact me for. Again, this is ArcGIS. So this is um, a mapping software that allows you to create intelligent maps. So if you just go to arc up here, if you look arcgis.com/home. Again, that's arcgis.com/home. You'll come to the home site, and there's lots of information there. Um, what you'd want to do is probably sign up and get yourself a membership. What it is, it gets you an account, and that will allow you to do a few things. But just for the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to go straight to what it says here to make a map. And we'll see, if you look down on the left-hand side here, it gives you sort of the step-by-step that you want to do. So really what you want to do is select an area. So let's just take North America, obviously. And this works much like most map software that you've seen before. You can use the thing to move over and to start to focus on where you want to go. So we're going to go to Toronto. You can double click on that to get further and further and further in as we go. And the good thing about this is it's a map, and this will look like most things, but what you can do is then start to really edit it and do stuff with it. So we're just gonna, let's just focus, and we'll just pick a random area here. So for anybody who's near St. Clair, we can pick that. And then what we can do is you can pick different types of maps. So this one is a topographic, but if you go up to base map, you can select different types of map. So there's, let's try imagery. So you see that this is a satellite, obviously a satellite image here. And you might want to use that maybe if you're doing sort of a neighborhood shot, or if you want to do something with traffic flow. What's another one? That's the same. Again, that's a topographic, terrain and labels. So depending on what you're looking at, you're going to pick which map is best suited for you. So let's just pick, let's pick that imagery one. Okay, so let's just say we're doing an analysis of this neighborhood here. And again, we can get pretty focused on things. Then there's some things that you can do with it. For instance, you can measure. So if you wanted to measure the area or the distance, you just would click that and click from here and draw a line. And you notice there it says 1.1 miles, right? And you can change that to kilometers, to meters, to yards, and whatnot. So a great option there that you can use that. You can also do area. But really, with the most interesting part here is where you can start adding layers. Now this is creating editable layers. So what we're going to do is you can do map notes, citizen requests, but let's just do map notes. So what it does is allows you to, much like Google Maps and those sorts of things, you can take and make notes on a map. So what you might want to put is, if you click that, if you just click, and then it'll tell you can drop a pin anywhere you want. So you might want to say, I'm not even sure what that is, but this could be our school. And you'll notice this has got a really rich taskbar here. You can make it bold and all sorts of things. You can do things with color. You can add a link here to a website. So say you want to do the school, you can put the school website in here. You can put a picture in here. And what that does is, so that's got the pin there. So then anybody can go back and click on that, and then up comes that point of interest. You could put in a shape. And again, you might want to put catchment area for school. You might want to put that, and then you can edit that. So say if that was the school, and then someone was to click on that, they would say that's the catchment area for that school. And you can put a whole bunch of different things in there. And then you can add another layer. So create another editable layer, and maybe you want to look here and you want to look at civic events. So you can create that. And then what that does is gives you these little icons. And so you can put something on there. So you might want to put a parade, put that there, and you could say Grey Cup, let's hope, eh? Grey Cup parade route. That in, and then that people would know that this is the Grey Cup parade route. You can put that anywhere on the map. Um, we can add another layer. Let's do one more. Let's say recreation. Now that's a lot of stuff here. But what you might want to say is that there's some good dining. So you might want to say here, and you put best pizza place, and then you could put in it's a link to its website right there, and then that way you could have a very workable map. So you could be creating an area map. You could use this again if you really wanted to go back and you wanted to do a study of somewhere else in the world. If you wanted to do, for instance, if you were taking a trip, maybe you were doing a trip through Europe and you wanted to mark all the areas that you had gone to, and with the notes, drop little your diary or your journal to it. Have a map. What the thing that you can do with it then is you would save it. See, this will ask you to get your account. But if you had an account, you could save your map. And again, the account's free, but if you share your map, and then you can save it and then share it. So it would give you a URL that you could then send to somebody and say, here, view my map. So you could be on a trip. So you're on a trip through Europe, and you wanted to have an ongoing map that would show the different things that you're doing and add pictures in there, and it would all be added in there. Again, this is all free if you were to use it, but if you want to get there's a downloadable version that has obviously much more robust layers and functions, and again, that's free as well. You just have to contact me for the key, and we can get you set up on that. So this is ArcGIS, and remember the key is just go to arcgis.com/home, and then you can start creating maps. Great for geography teachers, but not just. Anybody, I think, could use this. Thanks. See you in a couple weeks.